Hey guys, it is Friday and I wanted to give you a quick update. I'm wearing this outfit because I said before I'm on my way to a WW meeting. I know they're called something else. I can't remember what they're called now, but I call them meetings still. I'm trying to change, but it's still meetings. And a lot has happened this week. I did a video before this saying how I was off track last week and what I learned from it. I'm still doing well this week. I'll just say that up front. Been staying within my points every day. I do weigh every day, so I'm hoping it's not a surprise here at the scale. But, I had gained 4 pounds from my craziness of not tracking. And I believe I have lost it this week. Maybe a tiny bit more. We'll see. Not a ton, but I am thrilled because, man, I went off the rails last week. But I will let you know how this meeting goes. I said it before, Thursday and Friday morning meetings have been the meetings I've found that I've liked the most. So I want to latch on to one of those. So I am going after craziness last week. I keep saying that. But this week was just one of those weeks where nothing was what I planned. I'm sure you guys have those too, but where, you're supposed to do one thing and then someone changes that. And so it was just a scheduled week because everyone was changing everything on me. But it's okay. I still stayed in control and on plan. The craziest thing happened yesterday in that my daughter, Meredith, who's in college, has been on this video. She was supposed to be going to New York City with her college, and they were going to go to, down on Wall Street and ring the opening bell, and they were visiting all these companies, Fox News, Bloomberg, JP Morgan. They were busy, but it sounded like such a neat experience. Well, at 2 o'clock yesterday, she's in Texas, they couldn't decide what they were going to do, and they finally canceled it due to the coronavirus concerns. So I'm not upset that they canceled it. I get it. I'm disappointed for her, but it's no one's fault, that this happened. But she then had to figure out how she could come home. And oh my goodness, I'm sure you can figure this out. What a nightmare, because she was dealing with an airline that we usually don't fly because she was dealing with American. We usually don't fly them, but she had to fly them to New York, and then she was flying JetBlue back here for next week. For the end of the week, she was going to come home for the weekend, and then Southwest back to Texas. And since we don't fly American a ton, we didn't know that they were going to impose a $200 change fee no matter what. And then it just became one of these comedy of errors that everything that could go wrong for this poor girl did, She booked a new flight, but it ended up being on the wrong day. And then she was dealing with American, and when she called, they'd say there's going to be an hour wait on the phones because everybody's panicking about all this. And usually she does everything online. I do too with traveling. But for this kind of situation, it was worth it to talk to people. So it was nuts. It was just nuts. It was changing like minute to minute. But long story, I'm very proud of her because, she's 19. She's going to be 20 here. She hasn't had to do any of this kind of stuff. And no 140 would want to do this, But she did it all and got it all worked out and was able to fly home last night. So she's home. But I was at the airport very late last night. It was deserted, but I was very happy to see her. But it was unexpected, unexpected. So this morning I said, I've got to go to my WW meeting. I've told you before, we're going to do our video while she's here because she's done WW because she gained that freshman 15. So she gets it totally. She's always super supportive. But of course she said, well, then maybe I should go to yoga. And I've said that before too, that she loves yoga, which is fantastic because that's her kind of passion. and she's getting certified to be a yoga instructor. So I can't believe she just said, let's go. So I've dropped her off at a yoga, got some gas, and then came here. I'm a little early. Woo! Although I'm noticing there are a lot of cars here. But I'm glad I'm early. And, I don't like just coming in right in on time, or I hate being late. So I'm glad to see that. So I'm anxious to hear what the topic is today. I need to sit through this meeting. My voice is fine, so I don't know what's happening. I haven't started smoking. So, gosh, that's weird, because for a while there, you guys all heard my voice. I was not doing well. But anyway, I'm anxious to sit through the meeting. I know I need to do that. I always get motivated again to get on there. Although I'm motivated right now, it just is a little oomph for me. So I'm looking forward to that. I will give you an update after the meeting, let you know how it goes, and what I find out. Talk to you soon. Hey there. Just came out of the meeting, and I'm going to head out, but wanted to give you an update. I'm a happy camper. I had told you before, I had been down 18.2, gained 4 this last week. Yep, 4. So I actually now am down 18.8. So I lost that 4 plus 0.6, which I will take any day of the week, considering that whole mess, which is behind me now. But I'm very grateful, very, very grateful. Again, just proving to myself that if I had not stopped that madness, what I did, it just would have been more out of control, because I've done that so many times. Sorry about that. I had a text coming through from my daughter, who's at yoga, so I wanted to make sure she is ready for me to come get her. But anyway, it's so much fun when, she doesn't have her car here when she comes to visit, so we're trying to juggle, which is fine. But anyway, so the meeting was about blue dots, and, I have to say I really am not one to give a lot of thought to blue dots, but I get it, and I wondered where on my app, but not hard. I didn't wonder too much because I really haven't looked into it, but they used to have the whole calendar, like you could see it on your homepage, I guess, on the app, and it kind of went away, and I was like, I wonder where that is. I could see the week at a time, and I could scroll it, but I couldn't see the whole month. And it's under wellness wins at the bottom. When you click on that little gift box, that's where the blue dot for the whole month is. But no one really in the meeting, like maybe 1 or 2 people, really monitored their blue dots. So it wasn't a big deal, but I get it, and I understand why we might want to check that out, and how we shouldn't really beat ourselves up if we go over or under, because they're giving us the leeway on all the plans. The most you can go over is 8 points. So you could go over 8 points. Of course, for me, when I do that, it reflects on the scale, but it's not meaning I gain a ton. It's just maybe the loss isn't what I want it to be, or or maybe I just maintain or something like that. So anyway, that's what the topic was. It wasn't a bad topic at all. I always find that with WW. I always get something out of it. And a lady talked about being a vegetarian and how could she find more recipes. There was only one guy in the meeting, which I like. I've said before, I really like having guys in the meeting because they just add so much more to the group. Not that women don't, but I don't know. And he said a little bit, which was nice. So anyway, the meeting was nice. The leader, or the coach, I like her. She's funny. I might see if she's at a location a little closer to me, but I don't know. Here I am still already saying I'm not committing to this meeting, but I do like it, and I'm very glad I went. So I think, well, if you had watched that other video, you don't have to, obviously, but if you'd watched the other one where I said I went off track and what I had ahead for this week, tonight I was going to have a fairly big challenge for myself. I was going with a friend on a charity, it was for charity. It was like a double-decker bus where the wine was flowing and music was going on, and then they were kind of hopping to different restaurants. and I called it bar hopping, but I found out it was restaurants, and you would have free appetizers and desserts at these restaurants, and it was just like a party atmosphere. And I kind of talked about what my plan was with that, and I was trying to come up with more ideas, but it ends up I'm not going to go after all, and that's a whole nother story, but I'm not going to go tonight, so I won't have that challenge. And we just decided we like to go out on Friday nights, and so we're just going to stay at that restaurant in our neighborhood. I know that menu inside out, so I don't think that will be a big challenge at all. And I don't have a ton of plans this weekend, so that could be good or could be bad, but I need to come up with like a little bit of a structure for myself so I know what's going on. And I need to, this weekend I'm going to plan more meals for the upcoming week. That really, really helps me stay in control, even though this week it went off the rails because my schedule went crazy, but it was okay because I had low point food items at home, and it was very, very helpful. Anyway, I think that's it. I want to just mention The Bachelor, so you can fast forward through this. I watched The Bachelor earlier this week, because now it's Friday, and the finale, thank goodness, is next week. Tonight, they're going to drag that out. I talked so badly about it, but here I am watching it. I do watch The Masked Singer, which I really enjoy. And I watched Love is Blind, and last night apparently there was a reunion show, which I didn't watch because I was busy. But anyway, on The Bachelor, what a mess. What an absolute mess this season is, in my opinion. The fantasy suite thing was crazy. It was nuts because they had these girls staying together in a room on purpose for drama. But how weird is that? I mean, oh, how was your fantasy suite date? Well, you just were on one yourself the night before, or whatever. I mean, it's just creepy. That whole setup is creepy. And the whole thing, okay, with Madison and Hannah Ann, the 23-year-olds, who I don't think should be getting married, either one of them, and I really don't think Peter should be getting married. He needs to figure out why he loves drama with women, but I know a lot of men do. But anyway, I'm pretty confident I know how this ends because of I almost said my relationship with Reality Steve. I have no relationship other than I read his Twitter and his post, and I listen to his podcast. So I'm a big fan of his because he kind of tells you what's going to happen, and I like knowing that as I'm watching the season. But like, my husband watches it and he does not want to know. He does not want to know. He always guesses. He's always wrong. So anyway, he thought that he was going to keep Victoria this past week, and I knew Victoria was history. Thank goodness. She's not my favorite at all, and I have nothing against Hannah Ann and Madison. Nothing against them. They're just young, and I do wonder why Madison came on the show. I think if she really is as upset as she says she is about the fantasy suites, which you can respect, she should not have come on the show. But then that leads me to think maybe she didn't think she was going to get this far, but she wanted the exposure, because that's what a lot of these girls want, right? They want to be, the next big star, and they want to be the influencer and get all this free stuff and promote it, even if they have never used it. But that's a whole nother thing that really bugs me. I'm not saying those two are going to do it, but plenty that do. And I would think she doesn't want to go to Bachelor in Paradise because that's one big fantasy suite, it seems like. So I don't know, maybe she does. So you got to question these girls' motives when they come on these shows. But I think that's it. Gosh, I hope this works out because my screen just kind of went dark. That's what I'm thinking. I'm kind of glad the season's over. I'm very excited. My daughter's going to be here to watch it with us because we all watch it. She has to watch it like a day late, the way it comes out a day late, I think, on abc.com or something. So because she's never in her dorm room when it's airing live, so she watches it later at night, but it's the next night or the next night, when it comes out. So that'll be fun to have her here. I'm interested in the Love is Blind reunion show. That's another hot mess, but of course I'm glued to it. And that's it. But I'm hoping you guys have a good week and stay on track, and